All right, so tonight we're going to talk about objections, overcoming them, how to kind of rebuttal them. And then later towards the end of the call, I'll give you guys some reach out examples that I've been using. I wanted to just pair the two because I feel like that's really what people are needing right now, is help with like being prepared with how to kind of come back at people, because we're always going to get objections. And that is like seriously the first thing I expect. Like, I don't even expect someone to just say yes right away. I'm prepared for these objections and how I can kind of come back at somebody and just kind of shut it down. So I want you guys to put in the chat, what are some common objections that you hear all the time? I have a bunch written down, but I just want to make sure that I don't forget any. Don't have money. Don't got no time. I hate that one. It's a scam. Oh yeah, baby. We're going over that one because that gets me fired up. Not comfortable posting. Okay. Pyramid scheme. Losers. Yep. We hear that all the friggin' time. Scam. Not enough followers. Don't use social media. Scared to do it. Won't be good at it. Okay. Not a salesperson. Okay. I think I have a lot of these written down. Okay. I actually need way more light than this. I'm like squinting at my notes. Okay. I tried to do this in the dark for Tanner, but it just wasn't working. Okay. So I want to talk about, I'm just going to close the chat so I don't get, not interested, no money. I'm going to get sidetracked, but I'm going to look back at these. I think I have a lot of these written down. If I don't go over it, just remind me. Okay, so we're going to talk first about pyramid scheme, right? Okay, this is what we get all the time, and I want you guys to be really, really confident in this and know your shit. Okay, there is a huge difference between a pyramid scheme and what we're doing. Okay, so a pyramid scheme is illegal. And what I do when people say this to me, I'm like, I literally LOL. I'm like, LOL, girl, what? And I'm like, Google what a pyramid scheme is. Okay, so we're gonna Google that right now. And this is what they're gonna see. So we're gonna say, what is a pyramid scheme? A pyramid scheme is a business model that recruits members via a promise of payments or service for enrolling others into the scheme, rather than supplying investments or sale of products. Some multi-level marketing plans have been classified as pyramid schemes. Okay, so key thing, right away you can shut somebody down because we sell a product. You guys, selling shampoo and skincare is not a scam. Like, that's ridiculous. So the biggest thing with pyramid schemes to remember is that somebody is promising an income and you're getting paid by solely off enrolling other people. That's not what we're doing. Yes, we make bonuses for a person enrolling as a business partner, but it's because they're purchasing a product pack. So they're not just enrolling and paying us to join this concept or idea. They're purchasing products. So either way, that's not a scam because they're buying products for themselves to use. And if they don't like it, they can return within 30 days. I highly doubt a scam would let you return for all your money back if you don't like the products, right? I see Ash. She's like, okay. This one just gets me so fired up because so many people are really uneducated on this, and I want you guys to feel really confident in this. And I'm going to read you an example of a conversation that I've had with someone in hopes that this helps you guys. So this girl literally like makes me so angry, but it's fine. So I'm going to read it to you guys because this was like just the epitome of whatever we're talking about. So I reached out to her because I had been wanting to talk to her for a while, and I finally like got the courage to ask her about it. So I was like, hey, has anyone ever approached you about Monet? And she said, yes, I am not interested. I said, that's cool. Why are you not interested? She said, I'm very happy with my current income, and if I'm being honest, I think it's a pyramid scheme, but I totally support you. Oh, really, do you? Anyways, so she was like, so then I said, totally get that, but who doesn't love extra money, especially sharing an amazing beauty brand? What do you think a pyramid scheme is? And then she didn't answer it, but she said, Monet has plenty of lawsuits. So we're going to talk about this whole lawsuit thing in a minute, but she totally didn't even answer what I asked her about a pyramid scheme. And so she said, Monet has plenty of lawsuits. And I said, is that what you think is a pyramid scheme? Do you shop at Target or Starbucks? They have lawsuits as well. People sue large successful companies to try and get a part of their income. That doesn't make it a pyramid scheme. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. I got distracted. And then she said, 99% of the people who work for companies like this earn less than what they paid in. Having to recruit more people to buy in is what makes this a pyramid scheme, along with many other elements. Not sure if this still holds truth, but Monet, and she spelt Monet wrong, but Monet didn't have their products go through the FDA. That's a huge red flag for me, and not a brand or company I feel comfortable getting behind and supporting. So she's throwing a lot at me, but I don't even care because I know how to deal with this. And so I want you guys to really hear what I'm saying here. Back to her. So I said, not sure what companies you're referring to, but with Monet, the only thing you ever pay for is products for yourself to start. From there, there's no monthly fees or requirements. We don't make our money solely off recruits, and we are paid 10 different ways and are paid out more than any other direct sales company. All businesses and companies recruit, not just Monet. That's how you scale a business. Beauty products don't go through the FDA. That's the Food and Drug Administration, LOL, not beauty products. None of the products you currently use are FDA approved because the US has no standard for beauty products. We are held to the highest European standards. If you ever want to learn what it's actually about and how we make money, I'd love to share and educate. Boom. I was like so hyped about that. And then she said, how much money have you made from it? And I said, it's against FTC guidelines to say a dollar amount, but I will tell you, I quit my full-time job and it is my full-time income, and I've mentored over 200 girls. And I said, the business has completely changed my life more than the financial aspect, and I'm very passionate about sharing it. And she said, if I was going to join a business, then I suppose knowing an amount of what to expect would be reasonable. And I said, I can totally send you averages of the company, but legally I can't tell you a dollar amount because that would make it like a scam, a promised income. And that's not the way this works. And I said, the company doesn't promise any income because then that would make it a pyramid scheme. And basically was just telling her it's commission based and the effort that you put in. So just by having that conversation, I learned a lot. And I of course I was educated on this, but to articulate this, I utilized my uplines and I utilized a group chat. But this touched on so many objections that you guys might hear that might be thrown at you. So I just kind of wanted to address that. But yeah, biggest difference, pyramid schemes don't typically sell an actual product. You're selling people on an idea and you're making a profit off of them joining. Monet pays us, not you joining pays me, right? I'm getting a commission on the products that you buy, but that's also any sales job, right? You're making the commission off of people buying product. Okay, that was pyramid scheme. And then I guess on this topic, we might as well talk about lawsuits. So this one, I have some notes on here. So I was watching a training and she talked about how, like, I don't know, it was a couple years ago, basically every major company has lawsuits. Okay. And there was people that were really riled up. Monat was growing and they made false claims. But if you guys really do your research on these lawsuits, they were all ruled in our favor. And the lawsuits were about making your hair fall out. Does Monat make your hair fall out? That is just crazy, you guys. Shampoo literally cannot make your hair fall out. Okay. So I want you guys to really educate yourselves on the products, the science behind the products. There are so many videos that hairstylists have done, the company, and I want you guys to utilize this website. It's called truthaboutmonat.com. So I'm going to put it, they just recently, like, this link wasn't working for a while, and they just recently redid it and, like, updated it. So let me type it in the chat. Truthaboutmonat.com. And I want to just share my screen and actually show you guys the website really quick. And I'm going to show you, how do I move this? There we go. I want to show you guys the section about lawsuits and all of that. So there's a section that shows you, when you go here, you can do news and media. This website is literally amazing. It shows you so many things about our gratitude program, hair shedding discussion. So let's click on that. Let's see what that says. Oh, it's a video. Okay, well, anyways. Monat Rejuveneek. There's so many different things on here. But then you can go to legal proceedings and science. Court ruling in favor of Monat against online attackers. Right there. Sorry, I can't see this. Monat response to trio, blah, blah, blah. Naturally based. Monat hair damage testing. They have, like, test results on here. So let's see what this one says. I feel like, hold on. I should have had this up. Sorry, guys. But anyways, it was all ruled in our favor. And if you guys go, there's a link on businesswire.com where they've done studies with Monat products. This is, like, not even letting me click this. But anyways, browse around this link, and a lot of you can type in, like, the frequently asked questions, and it literally talks about all of this on there. But Monat has gone, guys, we have our own scientific board. We have literally our own scientific advisory board that sits around, and that's their job, is to create Monat products. We have nothing harmful in our products. So just somebody saying that shampoo can make your hair fall out is just crazy to me. So you can send them the science behind Monat, or truth about Monat, or get help with your upline, but literally it's just, like, crazy. And knowing about hair shedding too is huge. Like, there's a difference between fallout and shedding, because, guys, we're supposed to shed 50 to 100 hairs at least a day. And if you're not washing, which you shouldn't be, you're probably washing, what, every 4 days, or the longer you go, then when you wash, that shedding is going to happen. And so just educating yourself on the science behind Monat, and there's a lot of videos too. Okay, what else? No money. So with no money, they can sell clothes, right? They can sell clothes, come up with the money. I've literally told a girl that before. She was like, I really want to do this, but I don't have the money. And it's like, girl, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Nobody comes into this business. Julianne is, like, the queen of this rebuttal, because she gets this all the time. And she's like, girl, nobody comes into this business with extra money. That's why we need it. That's why we do this. And you can talk to them about Affirm. Exactly. Yeah, totally. And so guys, if they're saying this too, make a post about this, like show a breakdown of how long the products last, or a post about, oh, do you spend $100 at Sephora or whatever, like invest that into yourself. But they could sell clothes, they could literally open up a credit card, and basically you don't start because you have it, but because you need it. And so I think just really relating to people, like, dude, I was so broke when I started this business. I put it on my credit card. You can talk about how Sam literally borrowed the money from her boyfriend, Stan, to start the business. And now look at her. You can use other people's like examples, or, totally understand. But I have a girl that actually sold a bunch of clothes on Poshmark, and she raised the $200 to get her product pack. And then you can talk about the Smart Start bonuses that they can make. So obviously we can't make income claims, but Smart Start is literally on the comp plan. So obviously just be clear, like, hey, if you put in the work, like there is available to you $1,600 in bonuses, and money talks, guys. So that could put things into perspective for them too. But a lot of the times people just say that because maybe they're have something else going on or other fear. But take people's objections and intentionally post about it. Like, help them overcome it with you kind of posting it and sharing other people's stories in a similar situation. What else? What else is there? Okay, so one I hear all the time is, my hair's already healthy. Do you guys ever get that? Have you ever heard that one? Yeah. So I used to get that all the time, and I was like, but you don't know how much better it could be. So I just relate to them, and I'm like, you know what? Like, look at my before and after photos. I thought my hair was super healthy. I already use good shampoo. Okay, I like that. You could be like, oh, what brand? And then depending on what they say, you can educate them, because like, I learned this from the stylist IGTV video that Steph Green and the other stylist did. And she was talking about how you can buy good, high quality salon like products, but if it's not meant for your hair type, you're not going to be fully reaping the benefits. And the biggest thing that sets us apart, you guys know, is our oil. So, but I just relate to them. I'm like, girl, I thought my hair was totally fine. I thought that it was healthy. It was fine. It grew fine until I started using Monat products. And now look, a year and a half later, and I show people my braid photo. And I'm like, look at how thick my braid is compared to what it was. And that really helps too. Okay. What else we got here? Sorry, my notes are all over the place. Already have enough going on. Or maybe they just say, oh, I'm good right now. I'm content with what I have going on. Honestly, somebody like that, you probably don't want on your team anyways, because they're probably not going to work hard. You want people that are going to want to come in and hustle. But if somebody says, oh, I'm good. Oh, I already have 3 businesses. Oh, I already am doing so much. That kind of goes in with like the I don't have time. But if they're saying they already have enough or whatever, I always say, like, millionaires have multiple streams of income. Winky face. And I'm like, let me know when you're open to it or whatever. But also, if they're telling you they're super, super busy, or they already have multiple businesses, talk about, like, with direct sales and with Monat, time freedom, right? That's also what we can offer people, is time freedom. So I think one of my girls actually ran into this today, where the girl was like, oh, like, I definitely wouldn't have time. I have 3 businesses. And it's like, oh, wow, like that must be a lot. Like, you have a lot going on. And it's like, have you Like, do you crave like more time freedom? Like, wouldn't it be nice to, you know, make the same amount of income potentially, but have more time to do the things that you love? And so I think just asking people those types of questions and knowing that this can give them more time in the long run, more time freedom. What else? Oh yeah, and then along with time too, if they say, oh, I don't have time, just be like, okay, totally understand, but honestly, check your screen time. I would love to know what your screen time is. How much time do you spend on social media a day? Do you spend an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours? How much time are you watching Netflix? And talk about that. Like, if you put that time into a more income producing activity, imagine what could happen for your life. What else? I suck at selling. I'm not a salesperson. Well, shoot, neither are we. Do you guys feel like you're salespeople? I mean, not really. Like, so I just tell them, haha, that's so funny. I'm actually not either. I literally just share a product that I love, and it feels so natural because I have results to share. I'm a shares person. Yes, love that. So that's the biggest difference. And I think that one also stems from someone might be thinking that they won't make any sales, right? If somebody's like, oh, I'm not a salesperson, that's kind of stemming from fear that like, hey, I might not sell anything. So, I mean, with all of these objections, really just use the feel, felt, found method. Girl, I totally understand. I've been there. I felt the same way, but I came in and I did, you know, XYZ with the business. Imagine if I would have let that hold me back. Imagine if I would have just told myself, I suck at sharing a product. And you also kind of have to think too, like to make them think, why would somebody buy from me versus you? Like if they're going to buy from me, they would also buy from you. So I feel like people think that they're not going to sell anything, they're not good at sales, or what if nobody buys from me? Well, people are buying from Monet every single day. What makes you think they won't buy from you? So sometimes overcoming the objections is coming back with like another question to get them really get their wheels turning. Can you elaborate on that method? Feel, felt, found. So basically understanding, acknowledging, okay, so feel is like acknowledging what they're saying, the way that they feel, and that you and relate to them, and that you have felt that way, or you know someone on your team that has felt that way, but then you found XYZ thing. So maybe I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. What if no one buys from me? Oh my God, I totally thought that too. And it held me back for months from starting my business. But once I overcame that, I got 5 VIPs in my first month, or whatever you want to say. But kind of sharing that you understand, relate to them, and then share some type of what you've found to actually be true, or like what you feel now. Does that kind of make sense? Does that help, Julianne?
No, yeah, I understood what it was, but I know maybe for some people, maybe they didn't. So I just wanted to collaborate.
Yeah, perfect. What else? Okay, so also some people might not even really give you an objection. They might just be like, oh, it sounds like an MLM, or not interested in that type of thing. Ask why. Always ask why, because then you're actually going to get the real objection, or their fears are going to come out. But also, like we talk about in calls, guys, like, don't waste your breath too much on people that are just like totally exhausting you. Like, obviously we're not here to convince and drag people in, but you do have to kind of be willing to overcome these objections, because you never know that's going to get their wheels turning and they're still going to be watching you. But yeah, if they say, oh, not interested, don't want to do that type of thing. Why? What? You don't like to freaking make money and have a good time, or whatever you want to say. Okay, so approval from a significant other is one that might come up too. Have them watch an opportunity video from a couple or anything with like a significant other or maybe parents. I actually had a girl deal with this last week, and she was really needing the money from her parents for the product pack. And she was like, they're just not bought in. They think it's a scam or whatever. And I actually found Allie Munch, her mom and dad do the business with her, and they have an opportunity video. Well, it's not really, it's called like, oh, are you skeptical? So were we, or something like that. And they talk about how they felt as parents with Allie going into the business, and now they both do it. So that could help, having the parents watch that, significant other. But with that one, it's kind of tricky too, because obviously if you're married and you share finances and things like that, it might just take time for them to keep watching you. Maybe they didn't really try. Maybe they're using that as an excuse. You never know. So you can provide all the resources you can, offer to do a call with a significant other. Hey, like I've offered that. I'm like, get your husband on the phone with me. I got you. Like, let's talk about it. I need help with people who just stopped texting back, but were saying they were interested. Okay, so the biggest thing with that is that knowing it's not personal, right? Some people get busy and they genuinely forget. I literally follow up with somebody until they tell me, go away. Like, no. Because chances are they just need you to keep coming back. And I've actually had people tell me, oh my gosh, I'm so appreciative that you are so persistent with me. I'm so sorry, I've been so busy, or whatever their excuse is. So keep following up with them. They say the fortune's in the follow-up. So literally follow up until they tell you, go away. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And also another subtle way of doing this is keep engaging with them on social media. Reply to their stories, comment on their photos. You know that they're seeing it and you're going to be fresh in their mind. I hope that helps, Carrie. What else? If you guys are going after hairstylists, there's lots of, we have a Monet stylist Instagram page. So I think Christina Smallwood runs it. There's a bunch of them, and it's all stylists that were stylists of like 8 years, 15 years, 20 years that all love and sell Monet now, and it's completely changed their lives and their business. So you can always share that. Kendall Weldon, Christina Smallwood, those are like really high up, like retired stylists, if you will. Have a potential who's a hairstylist. Amazing. Yeah. So talking to stylists about Monet is going to be a little bit different than someone like us, right? And there's actually a training going on. I think it's this weekend or something. I sent in the chats, but it's a stylist that's going to do a training on how to approach a stylist. I personally don't really go after stylists because I'm not a stylist. I have a stylist on my team, Morgan, if you're on this call, that's Morgan Chatterton. But she kind of came to me interested and was like, what is this all about? I don't really connect with stylists, but I think it's all good for us to learn about it. And, you know, why not try? I've definitely tried a couple times. So it's good to be prepared on that. But there's lots of resources for that and sending them, you know, stylist opportunity calls and things like that. What else? Oh yeah, another one that sometimes comes up that I want you guys to be prepared for is social security number. Sometimes people get weird about that when they're signing up and they're like, why do you need my social security number? Like, I don't want to give that to you. So guys, you have to have this to legally have a job. Any other job that you go to, they're going to ask for your social security number so that they can legally pay you and that you are a tax-paying citizen, basically. So that's kind of short term why I just say, well, have you not given a social security number at any other job? And I ensure them that it's private. We don't see that information. It's for the company, so you can get paid. What else? My notes are literally all over the place. It's expensive. People won't buy from me. So that kind of goes along with the other ones we talked about, but like, you guys, you get what you pay for. Tell them how long it lasts. Why would they buy from me and not you? There's hundreds of people buying Monet every single day. What else do we have? What did I miss, guys? You can throw it in the chat. Second selling, hair shedding versus hair fallout, educating on that. I think that was like a lot of them. Let me scroll through and see. Scared to do it. So a lot of stuff like that is like that's real. A lot of us felt that. And so I think just in those situations, won't be good at it, scared to do it. Really just comforting people and letting them know that you've been there and you felt that way, and that's what held you back from joining and you regret not joining sooner. And just letting people know that. Don't use social media. Well, technically they don't need social media to do this, but it is a great tool. But your business does not revolve around social media. So you can tell them, you know what, if you don't want to use social media, you don't have to, but you are going to have to be willing to maybe host events, do watch parties, do virtual events, text people individually. You're just not going to really have a platform to market your results, but they technically don't have to. The flip side of that is, I mean, most people use social media. So I would be like, you know what? If you're willing to share your amazing results, throw up a post, a boomerang, whatever, takes 30 seconds to potentially help someone on their hair or skin journey, it's so worth it. And you can build a business off of it, off of, you know, maybe even just an hour of time on social media a day. Not enough followers. I've gotten this one a lot. I show examples of people that are like under 1,000 followers. There are directors that literally have only had 500 followers. Our upline, Jacqueline Ortega, she had only 1,500 followers when she started, and she got to the very top of the company. She got to SED with 1,500 followers. And she actually talked about this on her story the other day, and she was saying, most of my following is Monet Market Partners. Like, that's why she has so many. Same with Sam, same with Greta. Like, do you think Greta started with, I don't even know how many she has, 20K followers or whatever it is? No. So you can totally comfort them. Maybe you don't have a ton of followers yourself, and tell them, you know? Okay, what else? Self-doubt, personal development, lack confidence in yourself. Lack confidence in yourself reflects on your aura. Yeah. If someone, yeah, you can tell them, you know what, the beauty of this business too is so much personal development. Like, literally, this business can do, like, can help people with pretty much everything in their life. So I think just realizing that and seeing whatever their fear is or pain point and kind of telling them how this will actually help them overcome that. I think I went over scared I won't sell anything, but I'll kind of touch on it more. I'm scared I won't sell anything. So guess what? There's no penalty if you don't sell anything. You're really not losing anything. There's no risk. Okay, maybe you spend $200 on products, but you're using beauty products anyways. So you might as well try with a brand that can build you a business and an extra income. For people when objecting to buy products because of money, what is your typical response? Affirm. My typical response is money. It really depends on how comfortable I am with them, but I usually say something along the lines of, I totally understand, like, I didn't come in this business with a lot of money. Some girls sell old clothes that have been lying around for extra money. We do have, you could try Affirm, which is a payment plan. I personally don't talk about Affirm because I've never seen it work for anyone. So I know there might be a couple girls on this call that have actually done Affirm. I've just seen people get denied every time, because what I've noticed is the people that are actually broke, that say they don't have money, they don't have a credit card, they don't have any sort of credit. And so when they go to apply for Affirm, it's like, it denies them. And then it's just kind of, they're discouraged. So, I mean, I don't know if it works for you guys. You can totally try. I just personally don't offer it. I tell them other ways that they can come up with the money. And I'm like, girl, I challenge you to sell your clothes, come up with $200, and let's freaking do this. Because if somebody really wants it, they're going to make it work. I hope that kind of answered your question. I think that was it. Did I forget anything? But yeah, moving on, I want to talk to you guys about reaching out. So I've kind of been trying something new, and I wanted to share how it's going. So I know that we maybe don't really promote cold messaging, but at a certain point in your business, you might need to try it. Maybe you feel like you're running out of people, or whatever the case may be, or you really just want to put it out there more. I do know people that do cold message and it works for them. And one of my girls, Anna, that came in the business, she recruited a lot of people in like her first month, and some of them were friends, but some of them were people that she cold messaged. So I wanted to kind of tell you guys what I've been doing, and give you guys a couple examples. So I've been following a lot of girls from the UK, because a lot of them are like into beauty and stuff, and I really want to build a UK team. So I've noticed, like, I've followed a bunch of them and they follow me back, or some of them I'm not following and they follow me or whatever. And I usually shoot them a DM. And let me find one. Well, I have it in my notes, actually. I have a couple. I usually customize them a little bit so it's not so like robotic. But I usually say something along the lines of, hey babe, thanks for the follow. Totally just stalked your feed, with like the heart eye emojis. And I'm like, I see you're into beauty, and I wanted to let you know I run a global luxury beauty business that's expanding, and I feel like you'd love it. Would you ever be open to watching a video about it? And I have sent that to probably like 30 people in the last week. And I would say maybe 60, 70% of them said, yeah, send it over, I'll watch it. So then today I followed up and I was like, hey, have you had a chance to watch the video? Waiting for some responses back, but at least I'm kind of getting that out there. And people are saying yes to watching the video. So that is worth trying, guys. Like, if you're feeling like stuck, like I say, just go for it. Because why not? Why not offer it to people? If you see a girl and you love her feed or whatever, you see she's into beauty. Hey girl, I see you're into beauty. Like, have you ever heard of Monat before? Chances are she's going to be like, I don't think so. Oh my God. Well, I want to tell you about it because I think you'd really like it. So I've been doing that a lot with people that I recently follow or that I'm kind of engaging with. But yeah, obviously building relationships is going to work out better, and kind of planting your seed. It does just take longer. But you know, a lot of people say that it is more effective, and it is, but why not try it all, right? So another one could be like, maybe you just joined and you want to talk to your hot and warm markets. I actually had a new girl come up with this, and she said, actually, this is a cold message. Kayla Caputo made this one. She said, she's an SED. She said, hey girl, how are you? I know we haven't talked in a bit, but I've been loving this business. I'm working from my phone and I wanted to tell you about it. You always gave off positive vibes and I feel like you could be really successful with this. Are you interested in hopping on the phone to chat more about what I do? So, you know, you can customize it, but definitely be reaching out to your hot and warm markets, something along the lines of, you know, girl, freaking do this business with me. I love it so much. Whatever you want to say. Another one is kind of like for cold message or someone you're like recently engaging with. Hey sis, I love your content and you have bomb hair. I'm part of an amazing all natural skin and hair care brand called Modern Nature. I thought you'd be a perfect fit and I would love to send you a video on what it's all about if you're open to it. So there's so many different ways you can take it, but I don't want you guys to be scared to kind of just go for it. I think some people are a little too, like, you're just like, when do I bring it up? So if you guys are talking about work, plant your seed, but then you've got to go back and offer at some point. So have these kind of in your notes, in your back pocket to offer to people. But I think that's all I have for you guys, unless you want to throw anything else in the chat, any questions you have. But I just wanted to go over objections. The biggest thing is pyramid scheme and scam, guys. Like, it's coming up more recently. I didn't really used to deal with it, but I want you guys to be prepared for when this comes up because it might. And I want you to feel comfortable and confident in your response and somebody coming at you with that. Yes, I will share the scripts in the group chat. Wait, 1 second before we go. I actually had someone talk to me about this today. Where's the message? I wanted to read this conversation to you guys because I feel like it might actually help you. This is a conversation start to finish that I had with a girl starting May 12th. I literally had just followed her and I said, hey, so random, but have you ever heard of Monet? And she said, hi, I think it's a beauty company. I've seen it a few times on Instagram, but not entirely sure. And I said, oh, okay, I wanted to chat with you about it because I totally vibe with you and wanted to see if you've ever thought about it. It's hair care and skincare, and I actually do this full time, and I've been with them for 1.5 years. What do you do? Your bio says future RN. Are you in school? She tells me about it, whatever. And then she tells me she's hoping to become a CNA. And then she said, I asked previously, can I send you a video about Monet? So she talks about CNA, and then she says, sure, I'd love to watch a video about Monet. And then I related to her on the fact that I used to be a CNA or whatever. And then I sent her the video, and then she said, I said, here's the vid, let me know when you're done, we can chat. And then I followed up with her today and I said, hey, have you had a chance to watch the video? She goes, hey, yeah, I just watched the video you sent me. I was doing some research and I came across some lawsuits that Monet was involved with. Did you ever hear about those lawsuits? And I said, hey, yeah, I'm totally aware. I'm also aware that every brand has lawsuits. There's so many companies out there that have bad reviews and negative comments. Like, for example, Starbucks and Target have so many lawsuits because people want a piece of that income pie, but people still love and shop at those brands. All the lawsuits were filed in Monet's favor. Nothing harmful is in our products. I wouldn't share or back up something I didn't fully believe in. We have millions of happy customers. And she was like, oh, totally understand. Just want to make sure you're aware, because I feel like if someone doesn't even know the history of the company they work for, then it's odd receiving information from them. So she almost was kind of like testing my knowledge, like maybe to throw me off. So you might have someone that does this, and I don't want you guys to feel like, shit, like, what do I say? I've never heard about this before. Because obviously we don't talk about it a lot because it's stupid and it's a lie and it's negative and we want positivity, but I do want you guys to be prepared. So that is all. I will share the scripts with you guys if you want to use it and tweak them. If you don't really say, hey, babe, or girl, or whatever, you can insert their name. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.